All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this Sabbath, if we still with time, it past that time, isn't it? But coming today with an awesome message from the Most High Yah. Yah has a word, and it is for the individuals that He is speaking unto. It's not for everybody. I know everybody feel that He's speaking to them, but no, this is not for everybody. I know a lot of people claim it. You can claim it and name it if you want to, but it ain't for you. So I say unto you all, this message is a message for the one. Okay. And the message he gave me was it's time to move home, meaning it's time to go in the direction of home. Okay. And he means that. He means that 100%. Let me tell you how he gave it to me. Let me get it here. I know I wrote it down. Let me tell you exactly how he gave it to me. And I'm so happy. I am so happy that the Most High made that statement. It's time to go home, people. We got to head home. We've learned enough. We heard enough. Even though many have not. Where is my page? Many have not. That devil is a liar. It's time to go home. It's time to wrap up, you guys. And it's time to go home. All these other. It's time to go home. Head home. It's time for us to head home. And he says only the one. And let me explain what I'm saying. The Father is saying that we have on this page received a lot of food for the spirit, a whole lot of food for the spirit, to the point where we should have a spiritual backpack full of food for the spirit, for the journey home. For the journey home. We have a lot of spiritual food in the backpack, enough to last us for the journey home. I love that. Oh, I love that. I like to hear that. And it makes so much sense in what he's saying. He said there's many of the message were really put there hardcore for a purpose and a reason. He said that it was there as a warning because we're not there yet. We're not at home, even though we are home. Woo, Father Yah, where you going with this? Even though we're home, we're not home. But he said there's enough food in your spiritual backpack that you may take on your journey, because all of it is going to be used. You're going to need it. Most of it, he says, was a warning. A lot of hardcore warning. Now it's time for us to go home. We got to head home. Now listen to what he said. The Father said to me that home is a place many have no idea that it is, that it was, and that it shall be. He said no matter where he's at, that is home for us, no matter where he's at. From what I can understand, He's going to get us out and take us to the promised land. But he wants us to know no matter where he at, that's home to us. Now we have to know it's time to go home. Meaning it's time to start for Sister Deborah to start speaking like we are on our journey now. We heading home. Okay, that's what time it is. It's time to head home. It's time to start speaking and teaching the words of hope, the words of faith, the words of excitement, because it's time to go home. Okay, so he said, in everything, there is a time. Now we had enough time to fill up our spiritual backpack for the journey. Now it's time to head home. So my messages is going to be for the one who already have what it takes to show the direction in which they should go. He was saying to me about the spiritual backpack. Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you like he gave it to me. Here it is. Okay, in your spiritual backpack, he said to me, Deborah, you fed a lot of spiritual food. That's enough. Not only did you feed it, you gave it to them hardcore, like unto a warning, like unto a trumpet. So therefore, in their spiritual backpack is all this. And then I start to write this stuff down, what he was saying. Listen to this. He said, you have spoke to them regarding spirit and soul. You spoke truth regarding spirit and soul. And what was it? It's spirit. It's not soul. Okay. Then he went to tell me you spoke word and power. You've taught them what the word and the power is consist of. The power is in hand with the word, and the word is in hand with the power. You taught it. He said, you taught about my right hand. He said, you taught about my stretched out arm and my arm. Okay. You taught about spirit and truth, Deborah. He said, you taught about the light. He said, you taught about Christ being the homasiach, head of the body. You taught that. Okay. He said, you taught about man versus the son of Yah. That's a really good one. Because that's some 99.20 million trillion times 20, don't know. So he went on to telling me, you taught Deborah the spiritual seed. You taught about the serpent seed. You taught about spiritual Israel. You taught about give and gave. You taught about this word they had swinging called love. He said you taught about being born before the foundation of the world. He said you taught about spiritual backpack. I know that. He taught about he said you taught about what took place before the foundation of the world. So he went on to telling me all the things that I've spoke on. He said they have enough in their backpack. You've given them, you blew the trumpet, you've given a warning. They backpack is full. Tell them it's time to come home. We got to head home. So now it's time to start speaking on a level where people can feel like they going in the right direction home. He's not talking to everybody. Everybody would grip it and think, oh, he's talking to me. He's not talking to everybody. Okay. He said it's time to head home. Okay. There's many things that's going to be on your left. It's many things that's going to be on your right. Okay. And it ain't going nowhere. It ain't like it's going to be on your left and it's going to disappear because of who you are. It's not like it's going to be on your right and it's going to disappear. No, it's not. It's not going anywhere. So he's not saying that it's time for you to head home as if It's over as far as with you and the world around you. He just letting you know it's time to now rejoice in the spirit, because it's time to head home. Okay. That's what time is. That's what time he's saying it is. Okay. You got enough in your spiritual backpack. Now it's time to keep your eyes focused on the Most High Yah and head on home. All the curves, he said, on the left and the right, that's all the things that's happening in the world. Don't get stuck in it. What was he said? No, he said, not get caught in it, but caught up out of it. That's what he said. Not get caught up in it. All the things that's happening in the world, but get caught up out of it. Oh, excuse me. So he wants you to know, as well as he said this to me first. You know, it got to hit me first if he's speaking it. And he said, don't get caught up in the stuff that's going on in the world. That's why he was saying it's a lot of things on the left of you. There's a lot of things on the right. Keep your focus ahead. Keep your focus ahead, because it's time to head home. So I want to come from Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 through 4. In the book of Colossians chapter 3, 1 through 4, it's time to head home, you guys. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 through 4, if ye then be risen with Christ, which is Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of Yah. Christ is the right hand. And what is the right hand? It's the power of who the Father is. Okay. So he's saying here in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1, if ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, not on the things, let me say that right. Above. Seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of Yah. And then that verse has a star, a black star next to it. So now I know that there's got to be some mystery in that. There got to be some mystery in there. It got to be. There got to be some mystery in there. Okay, I'm going to have to go to verse 2. Set your affections on the things above, not the things on the earth. Now, notice all of this is telling us about Christ. You know who Christ is, Hamashiach, the head of the body. And it says, set your affections on the things above, not on the things on the earth. See, it's time to go home. He's telling us right here in Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 through 4. And your life is hidden, there we go, y'all, in Christ. Listen to where it says, with Christ in Yah. You see how you get in Yah? Through Christ. See, a lot of people thought it was Yeshua all this time. And let me not go back that way, because it's time to go home. It's time to hope. Don't go reteaching it again. It's time to go home. Here is showing you. Verse 3, for ye are dead. He's letting you know the flesh. The flesh is dead already. I know you live and you see your eyes, you're moving about and everything. But in Yah, that's dead. Okay? That's in verse 3. And your life is hidden with Christ in Yah. You see? Verse 4. When Christ, who is our life, isn't that the breath of life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. You see, he's letting us know to take on these type of messages that leads you to a light that's really guiding you ahead of you, and it's leading you ahead, going in the way of Yah. All this stuff on the left and the right, it's time to head home. 99.15 trillion probably would pray that they would have a message brought to them like this, even though they know already that it's not for them. Okay, now I'm going to go over it again because it has something to do with us heading home. Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 through 4. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of Yah. Yah's right hand. That's Christ. That's his power. It was present with him at the beginning, creating everything. Okay. Verse 2, set your affections on things above, not on the things on the earth. You see how, go back to that, Deborah, set things on the earth, not above. No, let me say that again, Deborah, you're messing it up. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. Okay? He's preparing us exactly for what he was telling me. Get ready. Let's head on home. Okay. Verse 3. For ye are dead. Do you have to tell us like that, Father? Yeah. Then you're letting us know the flesh is over. It's over for our flesh. So we need to focus. That makes a lot of sense. If the flesh is dead in the eyes of Yah, he's trying to get us to focus in the spirit. Okay. And when we focus in the spirit, then that's how we focus on the things above. You cannot focus on the things above in the flesh. So he's letting you know, focus on the things above and not on the earth. For the flesh is dead. It's over. See how you might miss what I'm saying? Now, if he's telling me it's over in the sense of it's time to head home, that is in the spirit, okay? Home. The eternal home. And when you see and you understand what the Mount Zion is, he said, wherever he is, that's home. Woo! Woo-wee! So don't get it bent. Don't get it messed up. He's actually telling us which way is home and what is home. Him. So wherever I'm at, said the Most High Yah, that's home. Find your way to me. Because once you need to try to just focus on me because I'm home. It's time to find your way home. Then in verse 4, it says, for ye are dead. Letting you know the flesh is dead. It's no need in trying to make the flesh ready. It's no need in trying to make the flesh seek the things above. It's dead. That's what he's saying here. And your life, meaning that eternal life, is hidden with Christ in Yah. Where Yeshua at? You see? So you have to see it even in verse 4, when Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Okay? So he wants us to understand it's time to head home. All this other stuff, somewhere in us, we must continue to pray that Yah shake it off of us. Get it off of us. We can't keep preparing for the things that's going on in the world. It's going to take us over. Oh, yes. These issues in this world will take you over. You won't even know which spiritual route to go because the cares and the issues of this world, it will take you up out of here in a different direction. So he's saying it's time to head home. And when I began to say to him, well, but what about Mount Zion? He said, wherever I am at, wherever I am at, that is home. So come on home. It's time to come home. And what he said, exactly what he said right here in verse 3. No, in verse 2. Is it 2? No, verse 3. Set your affections on the things above, not on the things on this earth. Now, that'll be hard for many people because they have built up the earth as they whole life. Let's put it like that, when it should be just living, but it's their whole life. I like the idea where it's trying to get you to understand you dead already in me. That flesh is dead. Now, he didn't have to go that route, but when you go into the spirit realm, you see exactly what he's saying. Because in the beginning, he was telling you about Christ being on the right hand, which is the power of Yah. Then it says, set your affections on the things above, not on the earth. Then turn around in verse 3, for ye are dead. Then you know, don't need to be setting yourself all up. You're dead. Now, how do you think an individual would take that if they're not in the body of Hamashiach? How do you think they would take that? They wouldn't take that serious. They would even take verse 2 serious. Set your affection on the things above, not on the things on the earth. First thing they'll say, well, do he know I got responsibilities? I got things I have to take care of on this earth. That's the mindset. But see, they're going back to the flesh. He's not telling you to prepare in the flesh. He said prepare in the spirit for the things above, not on the earth. A lot, 99.15 trillion would think he's talking about get your flesh, and he don't want nothing to do with all your responsibilities and what you got to take care of on the earth. He letting you know all of it and you is dead. It's time to let your whole spirit head home. Okay, that's what he said. So when I get to Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 5 through 6, it's time to go home. And he's speaking and let this mind be in you that was in Christ. He's just trying to give us some, because our mind was on all these other things Sister Deborah been talking about. We've been bombarded with all the things to pack this spiritual backpack up with. We didn't been all with everything. And he said, don't think you be using it, because you're going to have to. All of that is going to be used. You're going to have to speak that time. You're going to have to walk in that which you have in your backpack. You should have plenty. So in Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 5 and 6, it reads, even when we were dead in sin, okay, have quickened us together with Christ. There you go again. You see, people today, you don't know how blessed you are. People today don't know the difference in that alone. They don't understand. If you are not in that body of Christ, that's why many don't care about trying to find out about the body or the true church, or what they call the saints, which is not. It's the church. It's those who are spiritual seed. They don't care nothing about that, because they can't really find themselves doing anything to trust in a creator that's above them, that have created them and led them, or still, ruling the heavens, the earth, and beneath the earth. You see, they can't see that, because they thinking they are the ruler of. I got something else to tell y'all he shared with me today. And I said, Father, if that don't make all the sense in the world, that makes so much sense. But people don't get it. But I'm going to share something else he shared with me today. So in Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 4, it says, but Yah No. Is it verse, what was that? Ephesians chapter 2, verse 5 and 6. Even when we were dead in sin, have quickened us together with Christ. See, a lot of people don't know when you are the spiritual seed, you have already been quickened with Christ. Christ had to come to redeem you back, okay, with the power to the Father. You see, it was not like you were far from Yah. It's just the process of Yah redeeming you back. Okay, before he redeemed anybody back, he had to clear off the sin, then redeem you while the sin was off, then redeem you when he risen from the grave, and all power that had risen him had also risen everyone on the earth that were redeemed by Yah's how would I say it, right hand. I'm gonna put it like that. He had it already signed. He had already signed it in the kingdom. So Yeshua was Hamashiach was coming to redeem us back. Where? To the Lamb Book of Life. That's where he was redeeming us back to. Okay. So here in verse 6, Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 6, it says, by grace ye are saved. In verse 5, even when we were dead in sin, has quickened us together with Christ. By grace ye are saved. Verse 6, and has risen us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in the power and Yeshua. You see how Christ come first this time? Because he's showing you through the power Yeshua, because Yeshua is in it as well. Okay, so it's right here what I like where it says heavenly places. See, so while we're down here, now listen to what I'm saying, while we're down here trying to make everything right for our living in the earth, he's telling us that's y'all dead. Focus on the things above in the kingdom. And y'all, let me tell you something. It ain't as hard as everybody portrayed that it is. It ain't as hard as everybody want to make it appear to be. It's not that hard. But that's the hardening of people's heart. That's how they see it. And in verse 6 says, and has risen and has raised us up together. So even if we ain't together living on these devil platforms, what did he say? He says, and has risen, has raised us up together and made. See, people thinking they got a choice. You ain't got no choice in this one. You are already written. And when Christ came to raise Yeshua up, he was redeeming all people who got off course to bring them back to where they need to be. Why? Because they're already written. He had to get it right down on the earth where it's already written in the kingdom. So when they sleep, they can go back to where they come from. But if the route that they wasn't redeemed back, you see, they was going to end up dead for real, eternal. But see, he redeemed them back to where they already written. That's why I'm saying it's time to go home. It's time to head home. And heading home means keeping your eyes on a sparrow, keeping your eyes on the Most High Yah. And know wherever he's at, that's home. You're home. And he just saying, that's where we need to be focusing on. Okay? So he said in verse 6, and has raised us up together and made us sit together. You made us sit together. Yeah, see, we're thinking we're ruling down here. We think we got the upper hand. You know how I used to always say, it's just sad that the body of Hamashiach can't unite. It don't make no sense how we can't come into a oneness. Remember how I used to say that all the time? But this here is actually telling you it coming to a oneness on the earth, you can hang it up. but coming to a oneness in the kingdom. Where is the kingdom? Wherever Yah is at, wherever I am is at. That's the kingdom. That's home. You see? So here I like that because it says two things about together. It says has raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Christ Yeshua. Hamashiach Yeshua made us. See, I like that because that puts the power back in the authority of the Father who created all things. We right back where we should have been all this time. When you speak that verse, we back because he's letting you know you might not be where you should be today in this living. But let me tell you, when it come down to the kingdom, ain't nobody playing that. You're going to be together. You are oneness. I told y'all he's only dealing with the oneness. To me, what I believe he's saying to me, which I'm going to say to you all, somewhere he is bringing someone in this direction to Sister Deborah. Okay. And it is individuals that are looking for the assurance to the way home. That's what I think he's getting ready to do. Because I believe no matter what, if you can just think about every last one of individuals that Yah sent out, every last one, they had to go alone. You remember with Moses, he sent Aaron and Mary. He didn't send them because they didn't get to go to the mountain. See, they were just there to help with the people. You see what I'm saying? But when Yah does things, every man that he used and woman, everyone that he used them to serve him. He didn't use them in a whole bunch of others. He used them. So when you see the narrow gate, and you see few going in the direction, that's where you need to really, really start praising and glorifying Yah for it to be the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Because when I think about all my brethren who lost their life, they lost their lives doing identical to what Sister Deborah is doing. But guess what? They died alone. They wasn't alone as far as Yah. He was always there with them. But I'm just showing you, they followed the multitude trying to do or trying to get, not trying, come on, bring it back. Yah sent them as servants to tell the people this. Not one helped, now one of them. Even Moses with Israel. Nobody ever gave that a thought. They always hooping and hollering about Moses. But who did Moses help follow Yah? Even Aaron and all his sons, the priests, and all of them. Even Mary, not Mary, was her name wasn't Mary. What was his Marian, his sister name? I mean, nobody. He had to deal with one-on-one with Yah and the people. That's just all it is to it. Because even when he would go up to the mountain, he always came down, and Aaron didn't let the people do what they want to do. And he embedded in what they were doing. See, I'm telling y'all, he couldn't handle it. When Moses go up, he couldn't handle it. He ended up giving them what they want and doing it with them. Y'all don't get it. So it ain't the will of the Father in this day to switch and do the change everything to make everybody feel when it's little and it's not that many. Y'all say it's time to head home. Don't look to your left and don't look to your right. Don't look for the multitude because they can't come. Oh, Deborah, you're going to get yourself in trouble this evening. You can't look for them because they're not coming. And like he was explaining to me, and y'all, this was early in the morning. And I was writing down all the things he was telling me that I spoke of. And I was like, Father, all of it is power punching. All of it. strictly spirit and truth, all of it. And he said they got enough in their spiritual backpack for the journey. Head home. And he's speaking spiritual. Take your spiritual backpack and your spirit, head in his direction. Home. And he said, no matter what, don't look for home to be what the world said home is. Home is when you're with him. You see? He is home. Head that way, meaning your spirit knows he is home. Head in that direction. Now, we know he lives in us. When we need to make sure I keep our spirit on him and focusing on him. That's home. Okay. So now, what was that? Ephesians chapter 5 and 6. So we got that one. And then here we are in Romans chapter 8. In the book of Romans chapter 8, it's time to take our spirit and head home. Okay. Romans chapter 8, verse 38 through 39. 38 through 39. And then I'm going to tell y'all what he told me that I never said it to y'all before, but I'm going to go in and tell y'all what he told me. Romans chapter 8, verse 38 and 39. And it reads in 38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principality, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. Hold up. Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creatures shall be able to separate us, y'all, to separate us from Yah. It's no way. We are the ones that he has given and gave to this to this world. And now no one can separate us from him. He got us in the palm. He said, you remember how he says you can't pluck him out of his hand? Why you can't pluck him out of his hand? Because his hand has the power. Try it if you want to. You won't be successful. You see? So that's why you can't pluck him out of the hand. When he got him in there, you can't pluck him out. Okay, so listen to this. He said in verse 38, Romans chapter 8, verse 38 and 39, for I am persuaded that, this is Paul, I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. Okay. Verse 39, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us, shall be able to separate us, shall be able to separate us from Yah, which is in Christ. Yeshua is in there too. It says Lord, Yah. I put Yah. But it says letting you know it ain't time for us to feel that all those issues of the world can separate us from him. You can't be separated from Yah even if you try to be separated. You can't. You can't. That's what Paul is even telling you. You can't separate from him because where he has you in the palm of his hand, you're written. Because a lot of people would choose this world over Yah. But when you are written and you in the palm of his hand, nobody. What did it say? Nor angels, death, life, principalities, powers, present things, nor things to come. Height, death. What did he say? Height, death, nor other creatures shall be able to separate us from Yah. We can't be separated, Yah. It's no way. And you know what? We will turmoil on this earth, thinking that we got to take care of everything and everybody on this earth, and then put the Most High secondary. You know what he'll do? He'll let you suffer while trying. But you know what? You're still ain't going to be able to get out of his hand. It's just the endurance that you will suffer, because he's actually wanting us to really focus on the things above. Because when we focus on the things above, we're focusing on him. And right today, people can't do that. They got too many issues, too much going on in life to just focus on him. But he's saying you can do it, because if he's in you, he's greater than you wanting to focus on the things of the world. So he got you either way. You can't come out of it. Paul was just telling you, you can't separate from this Yah who got you ordained, predestined, foreknew, and written. You can't come out of it. So you might as well join him. And he wants us to join him in the spirit realm. Let our thoughts lean to him. Let our feelings lean to him. Focus on him. Let's put it like that. And the things above, not the things on the earth. Okay? Now, there was also Romans chapter 8, verse 18 and 19. Romans chapter 8, verse 18 and 19. And it reads, "For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." You see, he's trying to get us to understand that there's something in us that's present in us, greater than the things on the outside of us that we're really concerned about and we're really focusing on. So in Romans chapter 8, verse 18, "I reckon that the suffering of this present time," so many cares in the world, so many things that we know that we feel we have to take care of, we have to get together, we got to be responsible for it, and so on. But Yah says, "Seek ye the kingdom first, and all your cares, your issue of this world will be taken care of by him." You see, it's still telling you to put him first. Seek ye the kingdom first, and all shall be added unto thee. Letting you know, keep the focus on him and the things above, and I will see to it that all things work in your favor for all the things that's in your living on the earth. See, that's what y'all don't understand. Just, Yah, I believe, this is me, will allow your children to enter into Mount Zion if you are obedient as his servant. I really believe that. I believe he would even let individuals have their spouses if we just put him where he is anyway. Whether you put him there or not, he's there. You see? So it's not all time like people thinking, "Oh, when I don't know if I want to, when he ain't got nobody putting him." Listen, all them servants he put down here, and all of them died. Murdered, beaten, put in prison. Did you think they gave up? When was you tormented? When were you locked up from preaching the gospel, speaking spirit and truth with the light? When did somebody come lock you up? When did somebody beat you up? When? You see how sick it is for us to think that we can't meet that expectation that Yah is at the little of the little, and all those other servants lost their lives, tormented, prison, beaten, all kind of things happening to them. And here we stand today, and I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if it ain't you. You're not the one. He ain't talking to you. If that doubt is there, you know that he ain't in you, because Yah is, when he greater in you, there's no doubt that he ain't. who he said he is. And he ain't all that and something. When he's in you, you wouldn't be doubting. Okay. So here it go. It also said in 8 verse 18. It's a beautiful thing. It says, for I reckon that the suffering of this present world, all this stuff going on, you're supposed to be suffering it. Okay, not suffering it to where it's called taking you out or causing you to be stressed or depressed. No. But he's just letting you know that the things in the cares in the world that's actually taking place is really there. I believe a lot of people go into what's that thing when they close it out so they don't have to even think that it's actually present. I really believe it. And it says that the present time are not worldly to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in you. It's going to be revealed in you. Verse 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yah. The earnest expectation of the creature. Waited for the manifestation of the Son of Yah. The sons of Yah. We are the sons of Yah. You see? We have to come to a place within to have that assurance. But a lot of people question, is he in me? Is he leading me? Is he guiding me? Is he teaching me? They ask all those questions. Why? Because all the issues of the world cause them to question who's greater in them. They question it. They doubt it. Because of all the issues in the world bombard your mind, your feelings, your emotions, take on your fleshly heart and have you stressed and worried. But Yah saying to you today, it's time to head home, starting with your spirit, man. That's where you starting, there. Because the flesh is dead, he say. It's already gone. I like that. Because that's letting you know that part of you already dead. So what should you be working with now? If your flesh is dead, what should you be working with? It's your spirit, man. And if you do as he said, he'll take care of every issue that is before your flesh. That's just how he rumbled. Didn't he do it with Job? Job regained everything he lost. But where are we at today? You don't have to lose anything. Just put all of who you are from the inside on the things above. Seeking ye the kingdom, and all shall be added. It's the same thing. But put it now on the things above, not the things on this earth. Because a lot of people putting in and investing. And I heard my son telling my other son, yeah, I'm going to invest in this. I said to him, how are you going to invest and you ain't even taking care of yourself? How are you going to invest money? And all these people out here is crooking everybody. Everybody is crooking people. And they just taking Judah. Let me get back on my topic. Okay, because it's time to go home. You can't be stuck on Judah and thinking he's going. You can't take Judah home. You got to make sure that you got your mind set on the things above, and not worried about everybody else who don't have themselves set on the mind on the things above. But I will share with y'all what he told me today. Something that was really powerful, y'all. And not only that, I'm gonna speak it on. I'm doing a TikTok. Once I'm off of here, I'm supposed to put it on TikTok, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I know he didn't just give it to me for me to know it. You know, I'm gonna let others know it. Okay. And then he says here in First Peter. In First Peter, there's some things he's talking about, and it's time to head home. And if you say, for instance, if you are already dead, that's just showing you working on this outer man as if it's going somewhere. Don't get caught up in it. Don't be investing as if you're still here on the earth. He said, put it here on above. Start thinking of those things above. That's what he means when he said, time to head home. We got enough spiritual backpack to take us all the way where he's drawing us. And it's okay, y'all. It's not the end, it's the beginning for us. It's the end for everybody else. And I'm gonna give you a little something at the end, what he told me. Okay, so First Peter chapter 19, let's start 19. But with the precious blood of Christ, right here in First Peter chapter 19 all the way to 25, they didn't know which way to take this. They slung this all kind of ways, and you wouldn't know it until you get in it and you see it. Okay, listen to this. But with the precious blood of Christ, as of the Lamb, without blemish and without spot. Notice that the Lamb is lowercase. You see that? Where is Yeshua in that? See how messed up that is? Where is Yeshua at? If you're going to make it lowercase, it has to represent Yeshua. But if you're going to put Christ, it's because you didn't know who Christ was. You cannot take the power and make it a lowercase lamb. You can't do it. It can't be done. But you see how here they wrote it like that. It's like that, but in my book, it's a star by it because verse 19. I don't know if you have a star by your verse 19 of First Peter chapter 1 and verse 19. First Peter chapter 1. That's right. Verse 19. Mine's got a star by it, a dark star. That means look and see that. And I already just told y'all, it's letting you see. It wants you to really see what's going on. And when I read it, I said, but Father, it's all kind of messed up stuff in here. But I'm glad he let me start with the first one. You see? Because it don't make any sense. Okay? And then in verse 2, it says, who verily was ordained before the foundation of the world, but was manifested in these last times for you, whom by him do believe in Yah, who by him, by who? Christ, Hamashiach, who by him do believe, there go the word believe, in Yah, that raised him up from the dead. That don't even make any sense. That raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith, there go faith, and hope, there go hope, those are all the brands, might be in Yah. Okay? Verse 22, seeing ye have purified your soul, there go soul, it's supposed to be spirit, in obeying the truth. How can your soul obey the truth? Your spirit is two, flesh and spirit. So how is it that the soul can obey truth? It doesn't make any sense. Only thing obeys truth is the spirit, y'all. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said in this one here, it's all tanked up and everything else. But I didn't know that they can mess up a whole now smearing it here and smearing it here and smearing it here, adding and taking away. But here they just messed it all up. And then it says that your faith in verse 21, that your faith and hope might be in Yah. seeing ye have purified your souls. Now, like they, who can purify their souls? You see what I'm saying? In obeying the truth. He already let us know nothing obey the truth but the spirit. Nothing about the flesh can obey nothing truth. Okay. Truth through the spirit. Now listen to this. Verse 22. Seeing ye have purified your soul, you didn't purify your soul in obeying the truth. In obeying the truth, your soul through the spirit. Now you look at the spirit through Yeshua, not Yeshua, through Yah. I put it like that, the uppercase spirit through Yah until you reign love of the brethren, seeing that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently. A pure heart fervently. Now, how seeing that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently through the truth. Honey, this is all spirit. Seeing ye have purified your soul in obeying the truth. So you purifying your soul. Wait a minute. In obeying the truth through the spirit. So the spirit, I guess, is causing you to purify your soul. But the spirit, until unite love of brethren, seeing that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently. And see, that to me, it just doesn't make any sense. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth. But why couldn't they say obey the truth through the spirit so that you can purify? I don't get it. Let's try 23. Being born again, not of a corruptible seed, but incorruptible, by the word of Yah. Being born again, not of a corruptible seed, but an incorruptible seed, by the word of Yah, which liveth and abide forever. Being born again, not of a corruptible seed, but an incorruptible seed, by the word of Yah. I'm trying to understand being born again by the word, which liveth and abide forever. Verse 24. For all flesh is as grass, and all the glory of man as the flower of grass. And the grass withered, and the flower thereof falleth away. 25. But the word of Yah endure forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. Y'all, tell me if you can get that. But I read it and I put it down because I wanted to read it to you all. But it is a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff in it that just doesn't, I just can't piece together, because it seems like it's just things kind of, and who is this? Peter? Yeah. It just, and even though it says First Peter, it don't mean Peter, I don't think, because things has been smeared. But it says in verse 22, seeing ye have purified your soul in obeying the truth. Then it says through Yah. Instead of saying Yah purify your spirit to obey truth or just give him the glory. But it's saying, seeing ye have purified your soul. I don't know. I just don't get with that one. I just don't. And that was First Peter chapter 1, verse 19 to 25. Maybe I come back tomorrow. Maybe somebody can piece it together and make it make sense. And then we can talk about that. But the last verse is Hebrew chapter 1, verse 1 through 8. In the book of Hebrew, that the last one was First Peter chapter 1, verse 19 through 25. Maybe somebody can piece it together and bring it forth tomorrow and kind of tell us what you got out of it. None of it made sense to me. Hebrew chapter 1, verse 1 through 8. It's time to head home, said the Most High Yah. It's time to head home. Here we are in Hebrew chapter 1, verse 1. Yah, who at sundry times in diverse manners spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. You see? Now you notice he's telling you, this is Paul, that in time past, the way Yah dealt with the fathers, he dealt with them by the prophets. So just imagine, Yah sent them servants, those prophets, out to speak to the fathers, the fathers back in the days. He sent those prophets, and did y'all know they killed them? You see what I'm saying? These people went to jail. They were beaten. They were tormented. For us today to be the servant, it ain't nothing been done to us, and we still can't do the will or do the servants, the work of what we were called as servants to do. And maybe because it ain't nobody. That's why the gate's so narrow. It ain't as many as we think it is. That could be it. So in Hebrew, it says, chapter 1, verse 1, Yah, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, have in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed heir of all things, by whom also he hath made the world, by whom also he made the world. Now, right there, his Son, whom he has appointed heir of all things. Now, watch this here. By whom also he made the worlds. We know that Yeshua did not make the world. So it would have to be the Son of Yah, the one that's called Hamashiach, the one that's called Christ. It would have to be him, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and the expression image of his person, and upheld all things by the word of his power. That tell you who the Christ was. It tells you right there, it was Christ. He's talking about the Son that is Christ, because he said here, Listen to how this is said in verse 3. Who being the brightness of his glory and the expression image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power. Yah is the word, and his power is his right hand. When he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand. That don't even sound right. Sat on the right hand, because that's the power, Yah's right hand. Of the majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For until which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. That's Christ, y'all. That's Christ. Now watch this here. Did I lose my spot? Verse 6. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he said, let all the angels of Yah worship him. And the angel said, who maketh the angels spirits and ministers a flaming fire. And what is the next one? Verse 8. But unto the Son he said, thy throne, O Yah. You see where people, they didn't smear this thing so bad. Listen to what it says in verse 8. But unto the Son he said, thy throne, O Yah. Sound like he's talking to himself. This is this. But to the Son he said, thy throne, O Yah, is forever and ever. Does that make any sense? Listen to this. Verse 8. But unto the Son he said, thy throne, O Yah, is forever and ever. What is that? A scepter of righteousness is the scepter, staff of the kingdom, of thy kingdom. Now see, you go, there go righteousness. The staff of righteous is the staff of the kingdom, thy kingdom. This is Yah. This is Yah. In verse Hebrew chapter 1, and all the way down to 8. No, to 9. You can say 9. This is Yah speaking. And he's talking about bringing in the Son that he created and gave all this authority to. And this here, it's almost letting you see how he gave this here. This is how he brought himself forth, his only begotten. And then when you see in verse 8, and even before you see in 8, when you see in 3, when he said, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and uphold all things by the word of his power. That's Yah. You see? So this is him telling you how he created the only begotten. It was always himself. Right here. It was always, that's him said. And then in 8, he said, but until the Son, he said, thy throne, O Yah, is forever and ever. The Son, but unto the Son, he said, Yah said to the Son, thy throne, O Yah. is forever and ever. It's confusing, but it makes all the sense. When we talk about heading home is where we start to be happy and glad in the midst of all this that's going on in the world. Yah is telling us to prepare our inner man to be joyful and glad, because it's time to head home. That means all our mind, our strength, our spirit, and that's the spiritual mind, draw unto him. He is home. And that's all he's saying. He ain't telling you to go and do something stupid in the living. He just said, draw all of who you are home to me. And let him work out your living. Let him work out your other issues in life. But draw to him, because there are people that's going to and will approach you. And they're going to be approaching you and wanting to have a right now word. They're going to want to know. They're going to want to feel, because they're seeking exactly what you're seeking. You're not seeking it. You just heading home. But there's some that don't have what you have. Why? Because what Yah told me this morning, he began to show me everything that I've been speaking about. He said they got a full backpack, spiritual backpack. See, and you would have never thought that these are the individuals that's going to be coming to you, and you're going to have all the right things. All you have to do is go to your spiritual backpack and pull out. And when I say go to your spiritual backpack, I'm just saying things that you have heard. You know how everybody have heard the 12 disciples. Everybody have heard even Abraham. Everybody have heard the servants of Yah. And those things come to mind when people are asking them certain things. They come to mind. That's what a spiritual backpack is. It's not actually something you put on your back, but yet it is something that's there, and it ain't going nowhere. It's there so when you're heading home, you're heading in that direction home in your spirit. Somebody, they're going to be approaching you, and it's going to be people who they're going to have the Holy Spirit, but they're going to be wanting more to go on, more to walk their in, while they're also looking. They could be looking for the way home, you see. And now you today, Yah saying we head home, and in that process we're going to run up on many that's trying to find their way home. You know, they don't know what to call it, but they're going to want you. It's in them. They're searching their way home. We know the way home. That's why we got the spiritual backpack, and we got him greater in us, because the things in your backpack is what they need to hear. You see what I'm saying? Those things they need to hear, because a lot of them already have that in them. It was taught, but it was hard for them to embrace it, because it made them feel like they was alone. They were by themselves. Well, I ain't the way they teach it this way, but that's the way I feel the Spirit teaching me, or the Holy Ghost, or the Holy Spirit was telling me it's this. See, because they shut down, y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't understand that. People shut down because they assume that people are talking one thing, but what is this inside of me telling me another? You see? So by you having the spiritual backpack, you're going to be the one that strange people going to come to while you already heading home. They're going to be asking you questions. They're going to want to know. And you know what? They're going to even be able to share things with you. You see? So don't think that all that information that Sister Deborah has taught, very bold and with very fierce and spirit and truth, and it had a bright light, and you put these things in your backpack, guess what? You thought you wasn't going to need it, didn't you? Yeah, you thought you wasn't going to need it, but guess what? You're going to need it. Because while you're going on, you're moving into the direction of strictly spiritual, heading home. Guess what? There are going to be individuals who's heading home, but they're missing so much because they know the way, they know they're heading home, but they don't have what you have in your backpack. Oh, Deborah, you starting something. Oh, yes. So, individual who have that spiritual backpack, but not only do you have the spiritual backpack, you got the Ruach in you. But the people that's heading, they have the Ruach too. But they need that word of encouragement that what you've been thinking, not thinking, but you've been taught from the Ruach was right. Because right now, a lot of them don't think it was right because they hadn't heard nobody speak it. They hadn't heard nobody teach it. They thought something, they was cuckoo clocking because they haven't heard it from anyone. But since you got it in your spiritual backpack, when they hear you say it, they gonna know, I know the way home now. I got it. Because I'm thinking, they're thinking they're the only one. They actually think they're the only one. Because they haven't heard nobody teach what Yah has taught them. Isn't that's beautiful? They haven't heard nobody teach it, preach it. Not on YouTube, no platform, no church, no place of worship, no pastor, nobody. They've heard prophets and prophetess, but nobody has been able to teach them or to speak on what is already in him by the Ruach. Ruach has taught so many to where they still thinking there's something wrong with them, but they're heading home. But they think it's still something wrong with them, but their spirit is heading home. But you have that last stretch that they're looking for in spirit and truth. Quiet Storm said something to me, and I feel sad, y'all. I really feel sad. I feel sad because he says, Mama, I need you to give me scriptures to read. And he said it to me twice. And I feel bad because I went straight to the altar. I did. I feel bad for him. I said, Father, what is it I'm to give him? What can I give him? My own son. What can I give him? And he gave me, I got 7, 8 verses. What Yah gave me to give him. And it was really good. Really good. And I told him, let me know if you want me to expound. What is he saying? Exactly what I'm telling y'all. He has the Ruach, but he lost. He lost because he had the Ruach. I give you all this powerful word, but him, I give it to him when I sit down with him and talk to him, but not like I give it to you all. So the spirit, I went straight to the Father. What is it I'm to give my son? Because he's not here. You all don't understand. He's not here for him. He's not here for a lot of things. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all know, but sometimes y'all send angels or an angel to watch over his. Okay? I feel that that's what he is to me. I need to get to him to break down to him that he's okay. That's what he's searching. He has to know that you're okay because there's things that has happened in his life. He just got married and other things that, he got in death, through this wedding, which he didn't wait for me. He didn't listen to me. He didn't come to me to help him. Instead, he did it himself. And that is the consequences of not doing it in decency and in order. Now, when you got a female whispering in your ear and they don't know left from right, but yet You're led by them. I'm the type of person, I stand back. Woo, I stand back. Me, myself, I could have nailed decoration, catered the whole food, the whole buffet, all of these stuff. I have the ability to do, but they didn't come this way. You see what I'm saying? They left out of everything. So in that, it's the consequences now. You see? And that is what I know I need to bring before him. And I think I'm on set him free. I think that's going to help him to realize that it's okay. Let go. It's time to head home, Joe. It's time to head home. He's just here for a minute. It's time to head home. It's a long story, y'all. And I got to sit and break it down to him why he's here. I think he kind of know why he's here, but I need to break that to him and just a lot of things. So when he read the verses, he's going to come back and ask me questions. And at that time, I think I'm just going to just let him know it's time to go home. It's time to just, I used his van today, and he got a lot of verses in his compartment, just all these orange sheets with all kind of verses, a lot of them, y'all. And that shows me that his spirit is journey direction. His spirit is journey direction. You see, this is exactly what I'm saying to you all. When y'all bring it to me, it first had to hit home. Y'all, it's not going to bring it to me for it to just roll off of me and I give it to you. I always bring it home first. Let it hit here. You see? And then I bring it. So that's the same thing that's going to happen to many of you all. I don't care where you at, where you going, what you be doing, and who you connected to, people who ain't never thought to ask you anything, they're going to be coming. They're going to be coming. And then you're going to begin to realize when all this time, y'all had a purpose and a reason for Sister Deborah being on here. It was always a purpose and a reason. Now it's going to be that you heading home. And in that process, you're going to have individuals trying to find their way home, like Joseph. You see how? Like Joseph. I'm going to use him as an example. He's trying to find his way home. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to find his way home. He knows that the spirit is in him. Oh yeah, he knows that spirit is in him. But he just, because when you're in this type of world and all this stuff is going on, and you're working and you're trying to do everything right, you're trying to make sure things are right, making sure you're right by y'all and all this. It's just so much. Y'all said, come on, put them things down. Be in the spirit. It's time to come home. That means put your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, put everything you got in the spirit realm, your light, your spirit and truth. Bring it on home. Bring it on home, because people are coming. Just like Joseph came to me. I was shocked. But like, if they're going to be coming to you all, asking you. And then you're going to have to give them what you got. Give them the potent. Look how Sister Deborah been on here. Fierce, bold. I mean, putting it down. When that's how you're going to have to lay it down. You're going to have to lay it down with boldness, so they can see that boldness and know too, it's time to get up now, y'all. It's time to rumble, and not be still down. They have to get up. You see? So you got what it takes for them to rise up. They have the Ruach. The Ruach been teaching them, but it's too hard for them to believe after these people been teaching all this stuff all this time. They said, something wrong with me. They right, I'm wrong. That's what they thinking. And the spirit started teaching them, but they said they right and I'm wrong. Because why is it I can't see it the way they teaching it? Why I can't understand the way they teaching it? Because the Ruach is trying to teach you the right way. And it's hard when you've been taught all these years and you see the whole world going in one direction. You trying to figure out where do you fit in. And y'all, it is so many people lost. And they have the ruach. They trying to find their way home. But this is also that day. It's time. It's a day. Now let's take the time out for a minute. It's that day. We got to go on and be about the Most High Yah. We got to let that spirit have its way in Yah and Yah in it. Now, I want to say also something he said to me today, and I was like, oh my Yah. The Father told me, he said, everything that America has done, we on the inside of this country look at it as America has done to this country, this country, this country, and they taking this, they running this, they ruling this, they want to be over the all, they want to. But the Father says, we as people that's in this country, everything the United States has done, they had first and foremost had already done it to their people. So everybody in this country, those that rule, we rule, they rule, not we, they rule under the power, not the power, but the authority of Satan. He said, this is Satan's domain. This is his place of residence. This is where his seat is at. And when it was said in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9, and Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9, the synagogue of Satan, first and foremost, no one ever thought or ever brought up the question, Deborah, where's the synagogue? Where's this synagogue? Where is it at where he resided? You see, here in this country. He began to tell me everything they have created, from food, water, medicine, the air, polluting, putting the stuff in the air. He said everything this country have done, it done it to the people that reside in it. And you know what he told me? Deborah, they got what they deserve. Because their hearts is so wicked and evil. Along with those who rule in this country, Satan being the top, all this time, they've been poisoned. This is the only country that has all these medical conditions. Did y'all know that? All this cancer and all this stuff here in this country. Lupus and all this other mess here in this country. Diabetes and high blood pressure in this country. And all because this country wants to live the life. They needed to be poisoned. Everything that this country, that has happened to this country, the people deserved it. Because, and it is true though, it is true, because when I'm looking at it, I'm like, said, Father, so many people knew what they were doing to toothpaste, to mouthwash. Do you know how deep it is? Perfume, lotion. You all don't even know what we're putting on our hands. We don't even understand what we're putting, eye drops, brushing our teeth with, cooking our food in these pots. Everything in this country, they found a way to make it go up against our bodies. Our bodies. So he's saying that the reason why all of this here was done here is because the level of evil and wicked here and they've been supporting the evil and wicked. This is their portion in what they have supported. Because you remember I was saying to y'all, Judah need, and they doing it real bad now. I don't know, they saying it real bad now. We built this country. This country was built on our sweat, our backs. But see, you never was told what this country was consist of. Satan's residence. So you saying you built Satan's territory. You see, I said, he said, this is where you have a mind of a people. When other people look at them and assume that they're less than human. Because the way they think and their functioning skills. No matter what we do to them, they laugh and grin and they go killing their people. So what example do you think you're showing these people in this country? When our men are sitting now doing what they're doing to women, they're women. And our women is not taking on our responsibilities. What do you think other nationalities are saying? See, something wrong with them. We always said it was something wrong. We sitting here saying we helped build this country. Do y'all understand? We're actually telling Satan, we helped you build this country. We helped you, Satan, build this country. This country was built, first and foremost, they killed people on this land to take it. Blood was shed. And we as a people don't give that a thought. They even shed our blood on this land. But we claiming this country because there's something wrong with us. Even if we didn't know we was Israel and we didn't know we were Judah, we still running around finding ways to include themselves with this country, adding themselves to this country in a way that they want to be represented as part of this country. But when you don't have not one of them, not one, have spirit and truth and the light spoken to them to show them or to tell them, stop claiming this country. This country been poisoning their people, been taking everything from you. This is the only country that takes out from in between 4 to 7 to 8, maybe even 9% of your money when you make it to go into a slot. And 99.9 don't have no idea it's a set up and it's robbing you purposely. They've been doing it for so long. And you got a people that's still claiming this country as if it's theirs or if they invested in it, and they have no idea that this is the synagogue of Satan. This land is the synagogue of Satan. That's the only reason why you see Revelation 17 and 18 and 19. He's destroying this land, the only land, first and foremost. Why? Because it's Satan's domain. Then he's going to lock him up for 1,000 years. Well, why is he being locked up? Because he's going to do away with his land. And when you got people who can't, he said that they deserve what they got coming. That's what the Father told me today. He said, Deborah, they have supported all this wicked and evil. They poisoning them, and they ain't got sense enough to even see it or feel it or know it. As long as they letting them do their wrong, they good, because they all are wicked and evil. And then you get Judah up in here saying this is their country. We need reparations. Why do you need Satan to give you something y'all finna tear down? You think y'all need you, he's going to take you out of here with that mighty right hand? So you can take Satan's, what Satan give you to get out? Come on now. That's how messed up it is. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you, understand why he said it's time to head home. It's time to head home. And that means taking your spiritual mind and focus on above and the things that is of the spirit. Live while you're on the earth, but let that be your first priority is heaven. And a lot of times it's hard for people because of where people at in this living. But I say unto you, if you're thinking outside of what Judah thinks now in this day and time, you'll think and say, what am I expecting this world, this country to give me? What am I looking for them to give me? So it'll make it better for you. Ain't nothing you see going on nowhere in this country that's out to make it better for you. And that's another thing he was saying. They don't see nothing that's going on but chaos, destruction, murdering, everything wicked and evil, on lawlessness, all kind of things. And ain't none of them saying nothing. It's because they deserve it. That's what he said. Everything that's going on, they are deserving what they're getting. And you know what? Especially the Europeans. They're getting everything they deserve, said the Most High Yah. It matches up with their hate, their greed, their wickedness. See, they don't think they ain't in there with their father, Satan. They might not call him father, but they don't, their living matches his. It matches Satan. That's why he said they are deserving. Because if you ever think, and you go back to Revelation 18, where is it in 19? I think it's in the beginning of 19. Might be in the end. I think it's in the beginning of 19 or the end of 18, where he's going to bring that thing, and you hear all of them on the scientists and all of them telling y'all it's coming from space. Oh yeah, it's really going to happen, y'all. I know a lot of people say they've been saying that for years. All the world ain't gonna end. They've been saying that for years. Oh, baby, if you can't see what Sister Deborah see that's going on in this world, this tribulation, this lawlessness, and all this other stuff, I'm ready to just focus on heading home, getting my whole spirit in tune with one vision, going home. You know what else he told me? He told me this here a couple of weeks ago. He said over in Israel, they are going to do something. Keep your eyes on this here. They're going to do something that they never done before. And it's going to be totally disrespectful to the Most High Yah. And then, now that you're heading home in your spirit, during this time, when you see this, you better run. And I mean in your spirit. I'm serious. Because he said when that happens, that's going to be it. I always figured that he would bring them down. But what they're going to do is going to be something that they have never, ever, ever did out in the opening. But it's going to be very disrespectful to y'all. Heaven's going to come down and they're going to bring heavens down on them with what they're going to do. So just keep your eyes on that. A lot of times they got us thinking of wars and rumors of wars and these wars over here. And he said, no, that's not it. It's what they're doing. We've been sitting here and everything. Like I sit there during the pandemic. When they shut that system down, they open it up and they start putting even more sugar into everything. They don't even need sugar, but everything. And that bioengineer, oh man, they start spraying fruit with other type of chemical, all kind of things that they're doing. And you know what, y'all? People be saying, no, let's do this here. Let's grow your own crop. Just all of this here. The things that they have to go to buy at the store to grow their own crop, even the seeds that Bill Gates is ruling over now, they have gotten it. The farmers are crying about the stuff that they're feeding their cattle, and their animals are dying from the stuff that they is buying from them. Why is it our animals getting sick and die? Why is our chickens dying? Why is our cows and pigs and all this here is dying? Why? What is going on to make our animals die? Then they found out about the chicken. They was feeding them certain chemicals. And I'm like saying, see? But the father said, but Deborah, they've been doing it since the beginning of the country. They plotted to make sure in this country that they give everybody stuff that destroy their body. Dementia, all of this stuff, they said it's not like that in other countries. But this country don't say nothing about it. You see how everybody get comfortable in the way they do things here in this country? Everybody seem to be comfortable with it. People seem to not have no problems with everything this country has done and continue to do. They have no problem, none whatsoever. And they are content. And so he said to me today, they are deserving for what they are getting and going to receive damnation. He said they are deserving of it, Deborah. And it didn't take me nothing but a quicken to salute that, because it is so true. These people didn't jump up now and was poisoning and putting stuff in our food and so on and so on. They've been doing it. That's why they was okay about this, bringing this fake thing called COVID, and then giving you that shot. Everybody received it. Everybody got comfortable with it. Because they so used to you think these people had a problem doing that? No. Because they've been feeding you all these hundreds of years. They've been feeding you poison and you ain't said a word. So they don't care about that. It didn't take nothing for them to do that. And I'm sure a lot of those people couldn't see your family members because they were taking a lot of the organs. So you would never see you. They didn't even let majority of them even bury their family members. See, that's what people didn't understand. Now just imagine who went to the table to plot that thing up. It was easy for them because they've been doing it. They've been doing stuff like this. I look at all of these people that's being taken down. I'm sitting here watching these people get taken down by the elites. I'm sitting here watching it. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody talking yang, 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 like they always do. Nobody bringing it. Can they do anything about it? No. Why? Because they've been doing it for so long. That's what the father was sharing with me today. They've been doing it for so long, Deborah, to the people feel that it's right. And all the wrong they're doing is poisoning them from the inside. And he said it didn't have a color on it. So it ain't got nothing to do with white and black, Oriental, Russian, not Russian, but no color, no race. They've been doing it to all of them. So when the European thought that they got it better, y'all said, they ain't got it better. They ain't had it better either. Because when they sold them toothpaste, they sold it to you. When they sold Skillix and stuff like that, that's the chemical in it, they sold them to all of them. Everything that they have, from even their salt, their iodine, salt, all of that stuff, y'all, bad for your body. Not because it's bad for your body, it's the chemicals, y'all, they put in it. So he says, that's what they get. They are deserving in this country. They are deserving for everything they're getting. because they've been doing it. So when they thought that, hey, they was exempt, they was poisoning you like they was poisoning me. Poison you and poisoning me. You didn't go to the store and get bottled water. We all went and got bottled water. When they go up in the sky and spray that stuff, chemicals, it wasn't just to you. It was for everybody. Y'all did not know. There was a long while when they had COVID, they was talking about that mask. It didn't have nothing to do with melanated people at first. That right there shows you the trick in it. It didn't. Today everybody started complaining. Well, why is it not affecting them? You see, it was affecting Europeans more than anything. And then when they start hooping and hollering, wondering why wasn't it affecting the melanated people, then that's when you start hearing about it. Then they start adding on to them, obese and all this other stuff. At first, it wasn't affecting the melanated people because this is something that they brought down. They sprayed out. They made sure people would get it. But the best place for them was to bring them into these hospitals. And at the hospital was the safest place for them to have you, because at that moment they shut that system down to where they can still keep them organs floating on the machine and pack them organs up and send them off. Your family never saw you again, and it was all well with you. See, all that mess was going on, but the Father said they deserve it of what they get, and they ain't seen nothing yet. So they walking around here even now with their nose up in the air, high and mighty, and don't even understand this is the time you better be trying to run toward another nation. You better be trying to get somebody, because even trying to get them on your side ain't gonna work. They poisoning both sides, all nations in this country. They poisoning all of them, giving them all kind of stuff. I mean, serious, y'all. People running getting that bottled water, baby. Don't you know that ain't spring water? That bottled water ain't water like you think. But people, oh, I gotta give me a case of water. I gotta give me some. You see, they and that's why he said they deserve it. Everything they get is what they deserve it. They deserve it because this is what they want. Here, let them get what they want. All that stuff is not. And when you heard about spraying, I mean, from scrubbing bubbles, from every chemicals, from detergent, Tide, and all of it. If y'all just do your study, it'll blow. No, don't do your study. Don't do it. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. But I'm just sharing with you what the Father was telling me, that they deserve what they're going to get, what they're getting, because they thought that they were getting something special because they figured they were right, and they right. But what Yah is saying, that they didn't understand, they were doing you just like they was doing everybody else. When they took out of all your money, they took it out of both nationality. It wasn't because you was black or because you was white. When they went to poisoning us in this country, they didn't look at you and say, oh, you white, oh, you black. No, they poisoned everybody. So what did that tell you about Europeans who think they exempt, and they still got that hardened heart toward a people that ain't done nothing to them but gave them their way all the time, and still letting them have their way. But they have this hate for a people when you should have been hating your country that been poisoned. And the sad part is about it, more of them know that they've been poisoned, and that they all the things that they now found out today. Guess what? They know it now. But do you think it changed them? No, it doesn't. That's why he said they are deserving of everything this country is pouring out on them. That's deep. That's real deep. That means ain't nobody going to escape it like they think. So it's time to go home. That means get your spirit ready to go in a direction to the Father. Hear him. Listen to him. Let him guide you from the inside out. Don't go trying to run him from the outside, because you ain't going nowhere like that. Because if he ain't greater in you, he ain't in you at all. Okay? It ain't no such thing as, oh, I got to do it my way because I got so many responsibility. I got to take care of this. I got to take care of this. I got a business. I got all this and all of that. Look. When you finish, All of it's going to be waiting for you. And that's what he left for you. Okay? Because if you ain't got a spiritual mind to really tap into the ruach that's in you, it's because the ruach ain't in you. You still living on this earth and living out your living for your flesh. And he already told you it's dead. What more can you think when he's saying that it's dead already? You see? And you're sitting here living like it's going to live forever because of what you have set your life up in. That's what happens when you have been all about your life and your living to the point where it'll be too hard for you to just keep your focus and walk in a direction heading to Yah. And that's a spiritual thing, y'all. That's not a fleshly thing. It's a spiritual thing. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I hope you did get something out of it. And that's what the topic is going to be mostly about, is heading to the mountain. Okay? That means toward Yah, in the direction in which he is drawing us from the inside out, is how he's drawing us. It's time to head home. And I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you in the live. And I will say, I will be back. Shalom and shalom.